Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show. Special guest today is Kurt Roth, president and owner of S505 SVF.
There you go.
And I tell you what, and congratulations, you're going to do a show called 505 SVF Show starting next week, next Monday.
That's right, Steve. Well, I also thanks for that. We're getting out there in the community, and being part of your deal here is great for us. I'm excited. We played around with it yesterday. I am looking forward to it. I mean, I want to get our word out of 505 SVF, but we're going to have a lineup of guests. I don't want to announce it yet because the contract hasn't been signed, but I think next week we'll have one of the Lobo greats on with us, and I assume as we go forward we'll have regularly Lobo players from various sports, men's basketball, softball, football, and our coaches, of course.
Well, let's talk about your foundation. I mean, the 505 SVF. Let's talk, and you were on my show probably just like maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago, and I tell you, basketball season, there's excitement. I mean, listened to Patino and Jeff Symbiota's show, Sports Animal, and you can tell he's enthused, impressed with what he sees on the court, and I think, and he's so good. He just said, he said it real simple and easy that I hope you guys have the same energy and the same deal when playing. You're not getting as much playing time and deal. But if we can keep this enthusiasm, good things are going to happen over the next year.
Right. I agree. Steve, I've been around as long as you have at UNM, over 50 years now. And this team, from top to bottom, 1 through 11, is the most talented team, depth-wise, I've ever seen at UNM. So, again, there's a lot more than talent that goes into success. But as we were talking off the air before, I think this team has the talent to make a deep run in March if everything goes right.
Well, the expectations are good. And I tell you, the last time we were here, the suites are sold out. I saw something, there was a few tickets still left over, you could buy if you wanted. I tell you, and you got to be proud of that, and the momentum is going well for you.
Well, one of our board members said to me, you've created a movement, and I didn't think in those terms. When we started, UNLV had a collective that was raising $75,000 a year. We wanted to be competitive. So I had no idea what it would look like or what it could look like because there was no precedent for this. But yes, we've got momentum, we've got membership, we've had great success, last year. And yes, hey, listen, I have to give all the credit for putting the team together to Coach Patino and his staff. But the supplemental part of the NIL opportunities for the athletes makes a difference. And so we are a factor. And, it was great. It was great just as a Lobo fan and a graduate being in a sold-out pit again last year. And I look to see that quite a bit this year.
You made a great point, before the show we were talking, and it just hit me, and is, look at what San Diego State did, okay? Can that happen? I mean, that's, hasn't happened, but if that happens, can you imagine what the impact would have on the community of Albuquerque?
Yeah, well, that's the difference one big difference between San Diego and Albuquerque is the Aztecs are popular. When they're good, they sell out. They have a brand new football stadium. It's empty. No one's going to the games because there's so much more to do in San Diego, even on a sports level.
Anywhere in California.
Anywhere, Southern Cal. Mm-hmm. You want to go to a playoff baseball game? You drive up to L.A. this week. You've got one of the highest paid Major League Baseball rosters in San Diego in the major leagues. So the Aztecs are always going to be both ticket-wise and just popularity-wise a small little register on the meter in San Diego. The Lobos San Diego went to the national championship game. This town would go nuts if that happened. I can just imagine what the nightlife would be when the games were on, the crowds, and that's another reason why, that's another part of our basis for having this collective, is its community involvement, and as the Lobos succeed, the town succeeds.
Well, and here's what's exciting about you, and this is just me, and it's maybe the reason that we've gotten a little bit of a bond. Both of us want to see each other succeed. Is the word is what it is. You have passion. You have passion about the Lobos. You've had it since you graduated.
Yeah, I agree. I do. There are people in my life who question it, who think I'm a little crazy. My partner, for instance, thinks like, but she's encouraged me, says, go with it. I caught the passion the first time I walked into the pit I think it was December of 1973. Walked in, sat in the student section on the court.
Well, that's when you got to see me. So I changed your whole life.
That was there you go. I said, this guy Dave is unbelievable. Who is this kid?
You got to see me for 2 minutes, but
you look pretty good in the layup lines. Remember, you couldn't dunk. You couldn't dunk in the layup lines then.
Right.
It was a technical.
You could if long
the
as
referee wasn't there. Right.
So we always warmed up a little bit before the rest. And then there's always the coach sitting at the end of the deal looking to say, no, McKinney.
So yeah, I caught it. I walked in. It's weird. I tell people I left New York, and the Knicks for about a 4-year period were the center of the NBA universe. And New York at that time still, this is before prep schools for basketball. High school basketball was the top of the country. Point guards out of New York, big guys, Kareem, et cetera, et cetera. So New York, I was a basketball junkie. And then I got here, the pit was sold out, Lobos won the WAC. I mean, what could have been better? So yeah, I got passionate 50 years ago.
Well, and here's the thing: you watch basketball in many arenas. There's still nothing as good as the pit. I mean, you've been everywhere, and there's not too many arenas that match the passion of the fans in the pit.
No, the passion and the energy that occurs, and just the structure that makes it as loud. Like we saw it here early, even 2 years ago when Patino came on, and we were coming out of COVID. There was the energy in the arena, that the sound in there when there were 7,000, 8,000, 9,000 people. It's a loud place. When we've got 14,000 going out of their mind because we're going head to head with San Diego or Boise at the buzzer. Yeah, it's a unique. I wouldn't even call it old school. There's nothing quite like that. This hole in the ground, and it's just great. And obviously because the Lobos are our major league team. They're our major league team.
I tell you, we're going to go to the Everguard Roofing Top 10 Plays of the Week and come back and talk more about, if I make sure I say this right, 505 SVF show coming up next Monday at 1 o'clock.
Thanks.
Much on the kick. Bogart will still get it, but the attacking opportunity is not quite. Whoa, what a shot! Edgar Rios spinning around ballerina-like.
Already rushes 4. Montalengo with some time. Throws it up. It's going to be caught! Down at the 5 is the tight end, number 47, Lorenzo Martinez. So
Peter receives it. And now it's Cecita gets it over for the game point. 25-23. St. Pius Starters take the first set. We'll take.
Parker on the free ball. Yes. Free swing put away by Emma Eden.
Race Ramirez is one of the premier backs here. He's going to have to.
Oriano uncorking
no,
the
this
deep
is
ball,
it.
has an open man.
That's open.
In stride for the touchdown. Rio Rancho answers on a big strike to Anthony Rayburn.
It's offensive line and Elijah Gonzalez. Oh my goodness, shedding guys, and Gonzalez, he just has one man to beat. Elijah Gonzalez, touchdown Hawks.
Opposite of him, short side of the field. Diego looking his way, now he fires in the middle. It's another interception. You get one too, my friend. Interception goes all the way for the touchdown. It's the 4th pick of the opening half.
There's a shot. And there's your first goal of the game, and that was Didier Herrera from way back. That'll make it 1-0 in the 2nd minute of the game. So quick start for the Sarns.
Knights holding on to an 8-point lead. They're in Rio Grande territory. Estrada takes a snap, looking to throw. Pass is up, and it's caught by Jareno. Jareno, it's a foot race. He's going all the way to the end zone. That's a touchdown, Del Norte. 45-yard touchdown pass from Kenneth Estrada to Ben Jareno, the second.
He has to make that play.
He was too open, Daryl.
It was too open.
He'll get another chance down the middle. He's made one man miss. He's got the first down and more across the 30 to the 40. He's into Rams territory. He's going to make up for it on the very next play. Michael Beck goes all the way 99.5 yards to pay dirt.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
Hey, welcome back to the Steve Davis Show. Special guest again is Kurt Roth, 505 SVF president, and now a new show coming up next Monday at 1 o'clock. And let's speak on that show and what you're trying to get accomplished with this show. Well, besides the awareness.
Right. Well, there's the awareness, get, and I want to get the community involved. Part of what we can do on the show, and again, thank you, is make this a community effort. Again, I've said this, and I'm going to keep saying it. The Lobos in New Mexico are similar in my mind to the Green Bay Packers in the NFL. The Packers are owned publicly. The fans in Wisconsin and anywhere else, but basically Wisconsin, own stock in the Green Bay Packers. And I feel emotionally New Mexicans own stock in the Lobos, and it's a source of pride. When they were undefeated last year, Sports Illustrated wrote a great column and said, the heart of New Mexico beats in the pit. I've had people say, UNM Athletics is the front porch of...
I mean, I'm excited for you. And one, I'm excited, the word community, I'm like I was saying, people, it gives you awareness in the community of what you're trying to accomplish. And I think what I really enjoy about what you're doing is that you're putting UNM on the map with the ability to compete with other teams that are in that you're going up against.
Well, I think it's a must. Like it or not, this NIL structure with a third party running it, that's the law. That's what's going on in college sports. I tell people who say, well, I don't like it. You don't have to like it. It is. Jeff Symbieta said it. In this town, like UNM. And we can support it and make it a national brand. And we need that.
Back to your, great point. And that really, you got to jump in. You just got to jump in and let it go where it goes. But, back to your members. I mean, you can donate anything. I mean, we talked about that on my first show, but it's just not about, it's just to help you and UNM accomplish the goals to get players to come here.
Oh, sure. I'd love to have, a T. Boone Pickens like in Oklahoma State who writes a $100 million donation to a foundation. So far, no one's walking in our door with that. We have members, it's online. You can donate $1, and we're grateful. We have certain membership levels, though, where we get you more involved. And our basic level, our starting level starts at $20 a month. At $20 a month, you get a newsletter, you get access to our website, be that level. If we get 4,000 people to do that, which doesn't seem unattainable, it's like $1 million. And that would be the basis. So if we can get the community involved, and I make a comparison. I go to the pit for men's and women's games, and a bottle of water is $5. $5. If everyone 211,000 people paid to get into the pit last year, if each one donated us a bottle of water, it's $1 million. And that'd be an incredible foundation. So that's the idea we're getting across. Every contributor, every member matters.
I tell you what, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back and talk more about your foundation and about the show that's going to air next Monday at 1 o'clock.
Rosendo Najar here, president of Carpenters Local 1319.
Juan Junior Gonzalez, warden of Local 1319.
At Eye Institute. You may remember me like this, but no more. The glasses are gone. I tossed them months ago because of a brand new procedure from Dr. Melendez known as RLE, Refractive Lens Exchange. The latest technology, the best eyesight I've ever had in my life, and you can check it out by clicking on the link in the description right here.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hey, welcome back. Steve Davis Show. We got Kurt Roth here.
We do not ask everyone to write a check for the whole amount. No matter what level you're at, it can be done over time. And it's set up, like you said, you put your credit card in every month, there's a reoccurring payment. So that's what we're looking for. From the lowest level, I have people donating $10 a month. And we're grateful. We can count on it. We can budget for it. We know where we stand. Now, our goal, and right now we're just about to launch our March for $1 million, is to increase all those levels. So if you go to our, well, not yet, I shouldn't announce it. I don't think it's on there. By the end of this week at 505sports.org, we will have the announcement of our March to $1 million, which is going to culminate on November 6th, where the men and the women, they both open up on November 6th in the pit. It's a doubleheader, sort of a split, empty the gym, come back in. So we're going to have a presence at those games. The football team is playing UNLV on the 4th. We're going to have 505, we'll have a presence there. And then we're working on sort of like a streaming telethon on the 5th. But our goal, you're doing it one way, which is fine, which is you're picking one individual. That's perfectly acceptable. We also ask, if you want, you can designate a sport. whether it's tennis, football, basketball. If not, it goes into a general fund, and we decide as a board where to put our money. And as you see on the screen, we're rolling our athletes who are under contract with us. It's a pretty impressive crew we have. And as you see, we've just scrolled through basically the entire men's and women's basketball team. Now we're seeing a couple of softball ladies. We're going to have these people on the show, and it'll be fun.
Well, I tell you, that is exciting in itself. Just to be able to bring these student athletes in and hear their stories, why they picked UNM, and why, there's so many things. Was it the facilities, was it the coaches, or was it just just being a Lobo?
There's so many reasons. NIL opportunity keeps people in at UNM.
And before we run out of time, we got your show's going to be next Monday at 1:00. People can watch it on Comcast, Channel 26. Also, you can also go to the webpage of public access. I think local origination is what it is. There's 3 of them, public access and education channels. And we're on Channel 26. You can go to 519 Studios, I believe is found out, and you can watch it there. And then also, that episode will be ran 3 to 6 times during the week before the next episode comes in.
Well, it's awesome and tad daunting. Everyone in my family, no matter where they are, is going to be able to watch it. So we are really working on it.
So there's going to be some New Yorkers that found out about New Mexico decide without you.
They'll know. We can just reiterate and reassure them that it is part of the United States. You don't need a visa to get here. And yeah, I'm really excited.